are you this afternoon? It's not morning, is it? This afternoon, how are you? Marvelous Monday, marvelous Monday. Yes, it's marvelous Monday, and I hope you had a super weekend. Because you know what? You made my weekend. I pulled up the reports from IXL. Boy, y'all are some super smart kids. Y'all are super, super smart. And I'm going to tell you about it at 5. But we got to go on with our day. Okay, I gave you a tad bit of an assignment while you were eating your popcorns and hopefully watching your movie. I told you to watch our story for this week on Monday. So we're gonna skip that part of it. But who can tell me what our daily routine is? Anybody? 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 Yes. A song. Yes. What's after the song? Reading a book. Yes. Doing our skill. Yes. And then the challenge. And then homework. Yes. But you've already done the book. So I'm just going to do like a little overview of the book. I don't have to read it to you. So I'm just going to do an overview of the book. So it's going to shorten it a little bit. Okay. So we don't have to go through the whole thing. But I am going to do this song. And it's off the tune of, what's it? Jingle Bells. You remember Jingle Bells? Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. It's off of that tune. Okay, here we go. Once upon a time, in a land far away, a girl kissed a frog that just made his name. Far across the town, Red Riding Hood took a fright. She found a wolf in her granny's bed when she told her goodnight. A fairy tale, a fairy tale, a fairy tale, read them every day. Oh, what fun it is to hear how Goldilocks got away. Fairy tales, full of joy and laughter. Do you know how this one is? Why, it's for happily ever after. Yes, happily ever after. That's the way fairy tales ends. Happily ever after. You know, when we talk about fairy tales, um, the one thing I told you that I like about fairy tales, and we can do like a little checklist. Let's look at our checklist. And let's see, because we've read several books, remember? We've read several different books. We've read Goldilocks and the Three Bears. We've read The Three Little Pigs. We've read The Three Billy Goats Gruff. Um, I don't know what else we've read, but we've read quite a few. So let's see if we look at our checklist, see if we can begin to check some of those things off. Okay, it says the first check on our checklist, it begins with once upon a time. Can we check that one off? Yes, they did begin with once upon a time. Did it include magic or make believe or fantasy? Yes, they did. Was it good versus evil? Yes, yes. Was the wolf versus the three little pigs? Or was it the three little bears? And Goldilocks wasn't really evil, but the wolf and the three pigs, yes. Was it about royalty or kings or princes and prince? We haven't gotten to that one yet, but we're going to get to one that's like that. Was it about a problem? Was it always a problem that needed to be solved? Yes, yes, that was a problem. Was there magic creatures or fairies or elves or talking animals and possibly magic numbers? Yes, yes, talking animals, because all of these talked, right? Yes, that was there. Did they end happily ever after? Yes. So it's quite a few things on here on our fairy tale checklist that we can check off. Yes. So we're going to keep tabs on that, and we're going to see if we can continue to check some off on our checklist, okay? So we're gonna just keep tabs on that. So let's do just a little overview of the um, little Red Riding Hood. And like I said, I'm not gonna read it. We're just gonna do an overview on it. Little Red Riding Hood. Why do you think it was called Little Red Riding Hood? Hmm? Why do you think? Why did she have on that hood? Well, some books will tell you she had on that hood because her mom put it on her and told her not to take it off. So she put the hood on and she went on. So she kept that hood on. She never took it off because her mom told her to keep it on. So where was Little Red Riding Hood going? Does anybody remember? Where was she going? Yes, to her grandmother's house. Her grandmother she was just going to visit, or yes, her grandmother was sick. And she was taking her some cookies in hopes that it would make her feel better, right? Yes. But before she left, her mom told her something. What did her mom tell her? To go straight to her grandmother's house and not to do what? And not to talk to strangers. Stay on the path and not to talk to strangers. Well, did she stay on the path? No, she didn't. Why? Because she saw some beautiful flowers and she thought that she would stop and pick the flowers for why? To take them to her poor sick grandma. But she got so caught up in picking the flowers that she lost her way. Yes, she lost her way. And while she was picking flowers, who did she run into? The big bad wolf. And she dropped her basket. Who helped her to pick up the basket? The wolf. Was he doing it out of kindness? He had something up his sleeve, didn't he? Yes, he did. He said, well, let me help you do that. By the way, where are you going? She said, oh, that's nice of you. Right then, she dropped her guards, didn't she? She thought he was really nice. But we know wolves are not nice. So he said, well, where did your grandmother live? Oh, just right up the road there into that little cottage. So he gave her back the basket and she continued to pick flowers, but she still lost her way. Who came along? The huntsman. Yes. He said, I'll help you find your way home. So in the meantime, the wolf takes on and goes to Grandma's house. He knocks on the door. Grandma says, who's there? In a frail little voice. He has a, it's me, Grandma. Well, come on in. The door is open, she says. He runs in, and with one, he devours her. He eats her up, puts on her gown and her headdress, and he climbs into bed with her clothes on, put the glasses on, and waits for Little Red Riding Hood to come. So Little Red Riding Hood gets to the house, knocks on the door. He says, who's there? She says, Little Red Riding Hood, Grandma. And she stops and she says, but that didn't sound like my grandma's voice. But she says, oh, but she does have a cold. She's been sick, so maybe her voice has changed. So she goes in and she says, oh, Grandma, what big eyes you have. He says, oh, my dear, the better to see you with, my dear. He says, oh, but Grandma, what big ears you have. Oh, the better to hear you with, my dear. Oh, Grandma, what big hands you have. Oh, the better to hug you with, my dear. Oh, but Grandma, what big teeth and how sharp they are. Ah, ha, ha. The better to eat you with. And he hops out the bed and he grabs her. She screams. And who comes to the door? The huntsman. He comes to her rescue. He tells the wolf, now I got you. I've been hunting for you all day. He grabs the wolf, pulls him down, slits his stomach open, and Grandma pops out. And here is Grandma, and she hugs her Grandma, and the wolf, the huntsman, grabs the wolf and takes him off. And Grandma sits at the table with Little Red Riding Hood, and Grandma says, now, you know you weren't supposed to talk to strangers. She says, I know, Grandma. I know. But Grandma is feeling much better. She eats the cookies, and Red Riding Hood, Little Red Riding Hood sits at the table. All is well, and they live, what? Happily ever after. Yay. So now what's the lesson to be learned here? Anybody? You never talk to strangers. Never. Never. You never talk to strangers. What is it? Don't trust a stranger. Exactly. Don't trust them. Don't talk to them. Nope. Never. Aha! That is the best one yet. Say it louder. Obey your parents. Obey your parents. Her mom told her to stay where? On that path. If she had stayed on that path, would she have gotten in trouble? No. But she strayed away. Yes, she had good intentions, but she did not obey her parent, her mother. Her mother told her, do not get off that path, and she did. And look what happened. Great job. Very good job, Pre-K 10. You are on it. Yes, you are. Very good job. I am proud of you. Very good. Yay. We did our song. We did a summary of the book. And now we're going to work on our skill.